Good afternoon, I'm Jeff. I'm a Sewer Tech Northwest. Today we're at property address 405 South Center Street here in Newburgh. We're located at the front of the home, just beyond the front porch. We have a 4-inch ABS cleanout as our point of access. I'm going to insert the camera and check the overall condition and serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. Currently have water running. Here we go. And it transitions here at 6 feet in over to 4-inch terracotta clay pipe. Now, the top of the pipe here, I'm not entirely sure if this is a tie-in for something like a rain drain or old rain drain system or cleanout, or if that's just the top of the pipe broken out there. I generally don't see tie-ins like this in the top of terracotta clay pipe. We'll revisit that on the way back out. I'm going to let the line drain out here for just a moment. I'll hopefully get a clearer picture. My camera got snagged up on something there a second ago. Alright, got the line all drained out now, as you can see here. Looks like they've updated right here at this point over to plastic pipe. And then right back to terracotta. Not PVC. So I let that drain out there because I was feeling some resistance. It's because there's some lips on those joints there that the camera head was running into. I wanted to make sure I wasn't trying to shove it through a damaged piece of pipe or roots or something like that. And switches to Schedule 3034 PVC pipe here at 23 feet. And here at 48 feet, we have reached the main lateral out on Center Street. I'm back here to this opening here. This opening looks purposeful. It doesn't look like necessarily a broken piece of pipe. It looks like I can see clay pipe up above there. I'm just not entirely sure what that's for. I generally do not see openings in the top of terracotta. It could be an old clean out or something of that sort. You might be able to pull city records to find out what that is exactly, if there's a record showing a tie-in there for an old rain drain system or something like that. It's a smooth enough looking circle there that doesn't necessarily look like a busted out piece of pipe. I am concerned here though about the transition here to this ABS. As you can see, that it looks like this ABS portion of the line has sunken. You can see the edge of the pipe there, and it looks like the Fernco. But the issue here is it drops off, and you end up with it's about an inch of standing water. The water level is going right up to the top of the camera lens. It's right around there, 3/4 of an inch to an inch, and it's pretty thick with debris. This is generally, you want your water to be clean and clear. Even if you do have standing water, that generally tells you that it's draining out relatively well. In this situation, there's quite a bit of debris in this water, and the reason for that is you have a belly here holding standing water that's collecting it, but on top of that you have a joint. This is what I was first running into when I was on my way out. That's why I let it drain out for a moment. My camera is running into this, you can see here. So there's about it's right around an inch lip there on the pipe, which is, this is a spot here where debris can collect quite easily. And as you can see that it has, which means that debris can build up to a point where you could get a blockage here in the line. Alrighty, so looks like all the pipe on either side of this is looking pretty decent. The terracotta portion, this right here though could be problematic. It's causing debris to build up, and you have a hard edge on the other end of this that debris can pack up against as well. That's going to restrict the toilet paper and any debris coming down the line from flowing out properly. I am going to map this out. I'll put an X on either end of the ABS section. I do recommend regrading it so that it can drain out properly through here. I did map this out in the front yard area. Obviously this piece of pipe here has been replaced. Unfortunately it looks like it's sunken. So I have mapped it out with an X on either end the ABS section here. I recommend regrading it so that it can drain out properly. As well as these joints here look like they've separated enough that if you get this pipe shifting anymore, it does open up the pipe, or the possibility of things like roots intruding through at some point. Not to say that it will, but it can when it looks like a joint is shifted like that. As we're back here at the beginning of the line, and the line is totally drained out at this point. The ABS section, what it looks like it happened here is there were obvious issues with the terracotta sections that used to be here. Whether that was roots or breaks or something of that nature, I'm not sure. But what it looks like is whoever pulled the pipe out didn't regrade the line and just put the new piece of pipe in the spot that the old line was, and didn't account for the diameter change and the grade loss, and didn't correct it. Anyway, so this ABS section here from the clean out to that transition point also has an inch of standing water in it, basically across the entire section of the line here. And I am going to mark this spot here. Again, I'm not sure what this is. I do recommend pulling records to find out if this is some old tie-in or something of that nature. The unfortunate part is the replacement pieces of the line have standing water, whereas the old terracotta pipe, for the most part, is still graded properly. And if basically the two pieces of pipe are, the interior diameter is the same, What I think happened though is that the exterior diameter, the actual full diameter of the pipe wasn't accounted for, and the pipe was just dropped right into place where the old pipe came out of. And terracotta is a bit thicker than ABS plastic is. So I would recommend regrading both these sections of the line. I'm going to push out here to the end where it transitions at. Obviously it starts immediately after the clean out tie-in. I'll put an X right here, and then I'm also going to put an X at that opening there in the top of the pipe. Hopefully the city might be able to answer questions as to what that is. Alrighty, so I've mapped out the line as it extends out into the yard here. It does travel underneath a concrete walkway. There's about 1.5 feet or so, 2 feet of it that's underneath concrete. So I put a white dot right next to the cleanout, as this is where the standing water starts. The camera's right at the base of the cleanout here, and extends out just over 5 feet. Pretty much right at exactly a 5-foot section of the line here. And I recommend regrading both those sections so they drain out properly. Standing water can lead to debris buildup in the line. And then I'm going to put an X here in the middle of the yard. This isn't necessarily a repair marking, but I do think it's worth contacting the city to find out what this is, if they have record of what it is exactly. Again, I've done about 10,000 sewer scopes at this point, and I very rarely see openings like this in the top of terracotta. So it's just worth finding out if it's a old abandoned storm drain tie-in or clean out or something of that nature. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and reel the camera out. The terracotta sections are all in pretty darn good shape still. There's a couple joints like this where there's the tiniest bit of standing water occurring. There's no issues there. There's no debris collecting. The two bellies, though, that are in the line in the ABS portions, there's an inch of standing water in both of them, and they both are collecting debris, especially the one that's further out that extends from 14 feet to 17 feet. I do recommend regrading those sections so they drain out properly. And a rescope to ensure that they were repaired properly and have proper slope and grade to them.